Hello everybody, it is Saahir and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now, if you can see that I have a pack of highlighters with me. These are the dual end markers by Pen & Gear. You can find these at Walmart. And I'm going to be testing if these are a dupe for the Zebra mildliners that have rose to fame over the past few years for being some of the most aesthetic highlighters on the planet. So without further ado, I am going to do some swatches, some comparisons in like the body and stuff, and overall just tell you, is it worth it to buy these, or should you just buy a big pack of these for much cheaper? All right, let's get straight on into the video. Alright, so this box has 24 markers, and it says that each marker includes a fine tip and a highlighter chisel end. So if you look here, it does say mild ink, zebra mild liner, bold is the highlighter side. So this is what the highlighter looks like. And there's also a fine tip, which looks a little more like this. So now let us look through all 24 colors and try to find some dupes for the mild liner shade. So it looks like the back row over here is more of the pastels, whereas the front has more fluorescent colors. So this pink already looks super spot on in terms of the color on the lid. Like, these two pinks are extremely similar. In fact, it looks like the body of the markers are very similar. It's almost like they're inverted. And then also here, this end also has the color, whereas this does not. Now for orange, they have quite a few oranges. Yeah, again, oranges look very similar on the caps. Yellows, there are two options for yellows. They look very similar. So I'm gonna pick up what looks like a lighter shade. Again, these yellows look uncannily similar. Is that a word, uncannily? Now, for the green in the back row, there's this green and this kind of green that is more yellow, and this is far too blue. But in the first row, they have this green, I think. It's this one, and that looks like the closest pastel green. Oh my. These greens look a little different. This one looks more yellow toned, whereas this is definitely more blue toned. And then lastly, we have our blues. So these are the blues. So I'm gonna pick up this one because it looks literally spot on. I know mildliners does have a more extended range. I think they have around 25 shades if I'm not wrong, and this has 24, so I'm sure you could find a lot of dupes within both. I also have a pen so we can test how much they smudge, and yeah, let's just get straight on into the swatching. Now, I'm going to start with the mild liners. I will start by writing my name or something. I will write a word, give it a few seconds to dry, highlight over it, and then we'll do the normal swatch and then the fine tip swatch. Okay, so I just wrote my name. I'm giving it a few seconds to dry, and now I took the tip and I just did one over it, and it's already very opaque. The highlighting line looks very straight. Now I'm going to take the chisel tip or the highlighter tip again, and I'm going to go over it again. So it'll be 2 layers of highlighter just to see what a double layer looks like. Alright, so I don't think you can tell very much, but I went over it twice, except the second time that I layered it on, I kind of left some space on the outside so you could see the difference in opacity. Alright, so you can kind of see a very gradual gradient as it's moving outwards towards less layers, meaning it does build up pretty well. I noticed that like right on the edge, this might just be me, but it seems like the ink is like kind of leaving a droplet as I pick up the fine end. These have been used for almost 2 years now. I got these a while ago. So yeah, that is the pink mild liner. Now let's go on to the orange. Okay, so I did all 4 of the tests, and the orange is definitely more fluorescent and it's brighter than the pink. It didn't build up as nicely as the pink one did, so that might be just an inconsistency within the mild liners line. Again, I only have 5 out of their huge shade range, so I can't judge exactly on everything. I'm just talking about like the original collection. Okay, so with the yellow, it just does not build up. Everything else is good. I really like the yellow for how mild it is. Like, for comparison, I'm going to take a gel highlighter and I'm going to swatch it right next to the mild liner. And so if you can see, it's so much brighter. It's almost reflective. So now I'm going to do the green and the blue, and I'll be right back with my thoughts for both. All right, so with the green and blue, they definitely layered closer to the way that the pink layered than the orange and yellow. In fact, I would say that they layered even better than the pink because the pink is still brighter than the green and blue. So I really liked the green and the blue. I definitely don't have any complaints with mild liners. I actually really love them, which is why I've been using them for almost 2 years. I just saw these at Walmart and I wanted to see if they had cheaper versions. All right, so the Pen and Gear dual end markers, marker and highlighter assorted color 24 count is $12.97 on walmart.com. On Target's website, the 25 count mild liner double-ended standard colors by Zebra is $30. You are getting the same amount for more than half the price. That is such a big price jump. If we find good products in the mild liner dupes, I would fully recommend. Let's swatch. I'm just going to write my name again, and I'll do the same thing for all 5 of the colors, and I'll be right back. All right, so this is basically the difference. This is, I think, the Pen and Gear side, and this is the mild liner side. Overall, I think that it layers not as well. You can only do 2 layers with the Pen and Gear side. With the orange, it actually layered much better than the mild liners. Yellow was closer to the shade of the gel highlighter that I compared the mild liner to. The green, like I said before on the cap, it just looked yellower, so on the paper it was much more yellow. The green and blues did not layer as well. But yeah, those are my only complaints. So now let's get into final thoughts. My final thoughts: should you get the mild liners or the Pen and Gear dual end markers? The Pen and Gear dual end markers, getting the same amount for half the price. And honestly, I don't think that I will be repurchasing mild liners because these are so, like, yes, these have the mild liners are pastel colors, but the Pen and Gear ones, so much cheaper. You know, overall, just you get more bang for your buck. So yeah, that is all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below what you thought of today's video, and I hope I will see you next time. Bye.